Hey yo, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm back doing the review of MTV Catfish, Season 8, Episode 30, episode of Will and Cherry. Alright, once again, I want to appreciate everyone who has been watching my Catfish videos. I appreciate the love, the support, the comment, the subscribing. I appreciate the support. I really do. Catfish has been one of my most #1 supported videos, and I love it. I enjoyed it, and let's move on from there. All right, this not gonna be a long one, so let's jump right into it. So Will and Cherry, a guy named Terry wrote the show. He is the good friend of Will. They met through mutual friend, and they had a lot of mutual common things together. So they become building a good friendship. Will has been talking to this girl named Cherry. She lives in Thailand. He's in the United States, so you know, a long distance and everything, super long distance. And they both Will hit up Cherry because they both have a common interest in cosplay. Cosplay is when people dress up as the character of comics and anime. Every year they have like a big convention and other stuff like that. I know the United States have Comic Con, so I know a lot of people dress up as their favorite character in the comics, books, and anime and everything. It's a big thing, and it's especially big in Asia. So they had that common goal. So he hit her up for the expectation of getting pictures of stuff, photos that he has seen, and he sent her money to get the photos. So I was like, oh, okay. All right, send money to get photos. It is what it is. So they've been talking for like 2.5 months. And Terry was like, listen, he is trying to move so fast. He is talking to this girl. He keeps sending her money. And not only sending her money, he went to get the passport. He went to get an international driver license. He is moving full force and trying to see this girl and be with her. Willing to move to Thailand. And he never did video chat. And never, well, he did mention they talk on the phone for occasion, for time to time. But never video chat. So don't know what it looked like. And he mostly see her in cosplay gear. So never anything outside of cosplaying gear. So it was like, okay, what's going on? So they say, let's get Will over so we could talk to him and see what's the real tea on stuff. So Terry said, yo, Will, you know that project we want to do? I got this thing here, and you need to come over here to check it out because we got to get some final approval before we set it on. And Will said, okay, cool. And Terry said, Will lived like 3 or 5 minutes away from him, so he could just come over and no problem. So they came in, called Will, said, yo, where you at? Come upstairs. He said, I'm coming, bro. Come in. Calm down. Came in there, and he got ambushed because he's like, oh, my gosh. Now, mind you, this is not the quarantine edition because they still quarantine, but they could be able to get out the house now, so they can meet at the headquarters. So they closed distance now, and everything, still 6 feet and everything, but they could still be out. They're not traveling yet, but they could get out the house and go to the headquarters and do the thing there instead of just being in their own little house. Because it's like, never say, so they close together now. But they still doing the virtual stuff. So there's still some stipulations. But they got their tests and all that stuff so they could be in the office. And they told us they got Will on. They say, yeah, what's going on? Oh, you tricked me. He knew that Ted was going to call the show or contact the show. But they didn't think it was going to get this far. But now they talking. He said, yeah, try to help me out. I like this girl and everything. I hit her up because I wanted to buy some pictures and everything. And we connected with cosplay. That's it. So I went into be with her and talk to her. I like her. It's stuff. So he sent her money, one for the pictures, right? And they sent the pictures and everything, and got 3 different pictures. I said, cool. They would say it's suspicious because the photos probably haven't really been taken already. So you could maybe select the pictures, and then all of a sudden she give you that. I was like, okay. So that's one. It was a Polaroid pictures too that she sent him. I said, Polaroid? Oh, okay. I remember Polaroids for a long time. I mean, I remember Polaroids in the 90s. But they still make them. They still have them, too. So, that. And then he sent a picture for a costume that he want her to wear. Money for a costume that he want her to wear. And not then. Because remember, he said, it's official because when she sent the pictures and everything, when he sent her money, she kind of like disappeared. and he wants to know what's going on. And he come back, and she said she at the hospital, she had to do this, she had to do that. Now, when they was like looking at the stuff, he said, "How do you get the money? How do you get the money? You gotta give her name because you can't say the ass Cherry." So they said it was something like Zoe Marie, on her Facebook page, and then her name was Wupaha. That's her name. I might butcher her name, but that's what it is. Wupacha. I think that's her name. And so that's a real English name, a real name, government name, Wupacha. And Dad had to send her that because that's how the only way he got the pictures. And that's that. They get money. Then he sent her costume, money for the costume. They get no picture for that. And then a little waited a while, and then sent her money for a costume of her choice. They get none of that. And then he sent her money to get some food. So she said he can't even mentally take her out for dinner or anything like that. He sent her money to get her something to eat. And she was like, it's cool and everything, but she was like, listen, you don't have to keep sending me money. You don't really have to keep sending me money and everything. I'm good over here. He said, why? Because I don't want you to think I'm fooling you. Like, I'm trying to, it's not like, usually the catfish ask for money, and then people keep sending it being used, but this lady's him asking for money. He just sending money. The only time it was money that he wanted to send money for pictures. Other than that, that's it. He keeps sending it. And I mean, most people not gonna take the money, but at the same time, like, I'm not asking for this, so why you keep sending me it? All right, don't have to think you have to give me money. I'm good. So here and there was all that stuff. So they say, okay, we're gonna help you all that stuff, and it's been 2.5 months. They be talking, and he ready to do all that. I said, slow your behind down. Like, why people rushing? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand we lonely and people want to be in a relationship. They want to be with someone. They don't want to be alone for the rest of their life. But what is the rush? Like, it's like you got a time sentence. Like you made in a freaking movie and they say you got this time left or something like that. So what's the rush? So he did all that. The investigation came. Photo search. They really came anywhere because they were thinking like it could be somebody else's pictures and stuff like that. She could have took no pictures or stuff. But since they ain't come up no matches from like famous people or something like that, they realized it could be legit. Okay. Then they searched the Facebook page. They searched her Facebook page, Zoe Marie. And they checked everything, and they saw this picture was this bird and all that stuff, and then most of the messages was in Thai. So they can't really read the language. But they saw the receipt that dated back to 1963. I said, that's the year my mother was born. What the hell's going on here? What's going on? Is it a birth certificate? Is it a receipt? What is it? That was that. And then they saw a message with Beam, who mostly in any messages and all that stuff. So they say, Beam, my friend. Because Terry mentioned that it's a girl named Beam that constantly communicating and chatting and all that stuff like that as well. And that's that. So they look at Beam and she keep messaging. So they don't need messages Beam. But also Will mentioned that he has talked to Cherry on the phone here and there. But then they didn't have a video chat. So he never really seen her outside of costume and what she really looked like, but he just talk on the phone. So the message Beam, and then they saw other pictures under Zoe Marie Cherry's profile, and they saw some common different white guys message, oh hey beautiful, all that stuff like that. Then me messaged them. They got no response for the guys, but they did get a response from Beam, and Beam said, hey, what's going on? And he said, listen, from the show, all that stuff, I wanted information. She said, oh sure, I know Cherry. I know Cherry more than I know herself. She know herself. I said, oh okay, because they thinking that Beam could be Zoe Marie. Because they look at Beam pictures, it's kind of similar to Zoe Marie, Cherry. That's who it is. And they saw the picture of the bird. So why they both of them have the same picture and all that stuff? So they was like, it could be, Cherry could be Beam as well. And they saw that, and Beam responded and said cool and all that stuff. She was willing to talk to them. She said she was driving and she can't talk right now, and it's 15 minutes. They said cool. 15 minutes will pass. She said, oh, I'm sorry, I got something to do. I said, Kimmy was like, all that stuff. Now, meanwhile, Will want Kimmy to be on side. Come on, Kimmy, get on my side. I need you to tell me this. And Kimmy was like, It sounded like mad red flags, sending pictures, sending money for pictures. You're not getting the pictures. She's already in Thailand. Don't even know what her name is. You ready to move over there. It's a lot of red flags. It could be kind of real, but at the same time, it's something going on with that. So they was like, all right, Beam couldn't talk. So they said went to the next day. The next day came, and Beam messages, like face messages, Neve when he was in rehearsal for Dancing with the Stars. You know, he was in that season, and this previous past season that happened. And she was like, "Oh, what's going on? This Beam?" And she said, "Oh yeah, yes, Cherry's my best friend. Cherry's my best friend." And I said, "Okay, cool, your best friend. Have you know? Do you know the show Catfish?" She said, "Oh yeah, I know the show. I know the show. Cherry's my best friend." And he say, "Listen, do you know that she has a boyfriend? She's talking to someone." She said, "I don't know. Do you want to buy a picture?" And he said, "No, I want to buy a picture. I just want to know, do she have anybody? Do you know she's talking to someone right now? Do she have a boyfriend?" And then she got a little shady. She was like, I'm sorry, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go." I was like, mm-hmm. So now they thinking that Beeb is Cherry. It could be the same person. It's like, she got really shady after we keep persisting that it was like, "I don't want to buy a picture. I want to know she got a boyfriend." And he let her go. So maybe she just ain't want to air her friend business out there like that. Or it could be her. So they got Will on the thing, and they brought him up to speed. And Will a little feel bummed out, but he's hopeful. And they said we just don't know because we don't really don't have any leads. That conversation was fishy. The money, they saw the pictures of the Polaroid they got, and just realized it was the same pictures of the profile on her page. So she probably just took it on the phone, put it on her Polaroid, connect to the phone, and send it to that way. And she can Photoshop, so when we saw that stuff. And she can Photoshop the Polaroids or whatever she got to do. Well, you can't really Photoshop Polaroids, it comes right out just like that. So maybe she had it on her phone, and they took Polaroids, connected to the phone, and she just printed it out and they sent it to her. And so they said, let's message Cherry. We got nothing to lose because we got no other leads, and it's a little fishy. We had nowhere to how this go. So they messaged Cherry and responded. She said, "I see you, yes." Because he messaged her that morning. They said, "I hope you okay. How you feeling?" She said, "I'm okay. I just hope you don't be mad at me and all stuff." They said, "Cool." They get her, she engaged. She's active. Say, "What's going on? I'm in my show Catfish. My friend Neve was trying to help us connect and everything." And she said, um, "Okay, do you want to talk on the phone?" She said, "Hi, I'm going to talk on the phone." "Okay." But she said, "I need some time because we in a time difference and, the talking, it's going to be weird. It can't connect because he in the nighttime and they probably day in the morning time because they're a day ahead." And she was like, "All right, what's going on? But I need some time. I want to talk. I want to talk. Give me some. I'm going to take a bath." And they said, "No, can talk right now. Let's talk right now. There's only a few minutes." She said, "Okay, just give me a little bit." All right, so they all nervous. They were nervous, trembling, shaking, and we'll see what's going on and waiting. So she got on. Dang, she had her hands on the camera like this. And they would say, "Okay, we can see you." She said, "You see me?" They see her a little bit. Okay, already. I'm like, "Why you so nervous?" So everybody cover their hands in their face so they make her feel comfortable. They said, people, I said, "Why she peekabooing?" I was like, "What's she doing?" That was like the whole, most of the freaking first thing when they was video chat, she was like this, like cover her face. And they said, "Good." When she finally covered her face, it's exactly her. That's actually Cherry. I said, "What's up with these catfishes?" It's actually the person who they really say they are. But hey, whatever story it is. So I would say, oh, I guess MTV got something to say. So listen, you got to show the real catfish who actually are the people and not always these fake people. So I was like, but that's the point of catfish, right? It's entertaining. Okay, so she actually told who she is. She's in Thailand, and she said she lived with her parents in Thailand, and she's good. She ain't gonna win. She don't got nowhere to go. She just stay there, and she's good. And she just said she's just uncomfortable because she can't Photoshop and she cannot alter her face. So it's the first time he even see her without on the makeup and stuff like that. So it's like uncomfortable for him to be staring at her. And I think it's a cultural thing because I know sometimes in some cultures staring at them, you may think it's attentive, but they may think that it's just too much. So it's just like everything. It just make her uncomfortable that he staring. I mean, he sees her beautiful. He said he still likes her. She's beautiful and everything. She's like, thank you, thank you. And I just so nervous that he just talked to me because I'm just so glad to see my face. And I was like, okay. And she was adorable little girl, so everything. So she was just like, yes, he keeps sending me money, and I told him not to send me money. I'm good over here. I'm good. All the ladies are independent, throw your hands up at me. She was one of those. So she said, listen, you don't keep sending me money. I'm good. All right? And she just was like, it is staring and all that stuff, and it's just so uncomfortable, and it's so in the face, and she just don't want him to judge her because he mostly seen her cosplaying. And he said, no, you're good. So she said, okay, can I talk to Cammy real quick? Oh, they said, oh, kick the man out the room. Bye-bye. And she said, listen, I like him, but he just moves too fast. You gotta calm down. When I don't respond, sometimes I like to spend time with my family and like that. And he just do move too fast. Like, can he just slow down? Just tell him to calm down. Drink up, drop a notch. Like, he had to keep constantly hitting me up, hit me up, hit me up, hit me up, hit me up, and I respond. It's like, I was like him, they just need to slow down. They said, yes, I want to talk to him first as friends and see what built from there. But he just moved too quickly. Like, he say, I want to come over there, I want to kiss you, I want to hold your hand, everything. And I think stuff that she may be interested in, but she's not ready yet. So you got to really calm down. You got to ease that in. Like, you so full first you want to go into it, calm it down. And Cammy say, in our country, we call it thirsty. So you say he's too thirsty? Say it. You too thirsty right now, boy. Calm down. And she said, okay, yeah. So they explained it to Will, and they told Neve. And he said, okay. They spoke to Will, and he said, okay, cool. I can slow down. I calm down. I get it. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good. Right? And he wasn't mad. He was not upset. He said, all right, I will slow down. I will not be thirsty. Okay? So basically the follow-up is that they have been talking daily. And yeah, and she told us that I like you, Will, but can you just slow down? Everybody people after me. Just slow down. If you go too fast, you're gonna go like this again. It's outside play, y'all. Alright, so the follow-up is they talk daily. And she was able to finally video chat with him, with her family. They are so excited to see him. She invited to Thailand, and hopefully they'll be excited to meet each other. And I said, oh my gosh, that's so nice. That was so nice. But it was a nice little episode, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Also share my videos. Get my videos out there, y'all. I appreciate y'all. And talk to y'all later. Peace.